Hello dear kids, I'm going to explain you about the fractions, the calculation of fractions which related with grade 10 and 11 syllabus. Here you have to understand, you should need to know that of calculation between two fractions. When they said the term of, when they use the term of, that means you have to multiply two fractions. The of term they use to represent the quantity. Example, let's try to do this first question. In this first question, they said in a party, one fourth of the items are snacks. One fourth of the items are snacks. If two-thirds of the remaining items are dessert, that means if one fourth is about snacks, what is the remaining after one fourth? There are four, one fourth snacks. That means three-fourth is the remaining. Three-fourth is the remaining. If one-fourth is the fraction of snacks, that means three-fourth is the remaining fraction. From this three-fourth, two-thirds are dessert. That's what they say. So try to understand this statement of the remaining. Of these three-fourths, that means of the remaining three-fourths, two-thirds are desserts. So to find the portion of dessert, to find the fraction of dessert, you have to multiply three-fourths, that means the remaining of two-thirds. So here they use the term of to represent the portion of of for what? To represent the portion. Then here you can do cross simplification. Cut 3 by 3 1, then 3 by 3 1, 2 by 2 1, 4 by 2 2. So you can have the fraction 1 over 2 is the fraction of dessert out of the whole. Two-thirds is the fraction out of the remaining, but half is the fraction out of the whole quantities. Clear? If we consider another example, third one, 1/6 of the toys are plushies and 5/8 of the remaining toys are action figures. What fraction of the action figures is there out of the total toys? Look at this. Out of the total toys. Out of the total. If 1/6 is about this, then what is the remaining after 1/6? This is what you have to understand. You have to find the remaining after 1/6. What is the remaining after 1/6? There are 6, 1/6 for this one. Then how many remaining? 5 out of 6 is remaining. From this remaining, of 5 over 8, of 5 over 8, of 5 over 8 for the action figures. Now you can, here you can't do the cross simplification, don't get it jumbled. 5 to 5 you can't cut. When you are doing cross simplification, you have to do that in a cross way or a vertical way. You cannot do the cross simplification in horizontal way. That means you cannot cut this 5 to 5. Here you can do what? Multiply the numerator with numerator, 5 into 5, 25, over 6 into 8, 14. So this is the answer of the remaining. So in this type of questions, you have to understand the term of the remaining, of the remaining, of the remaining. Next one, let's see another example. Let's see about the sixth one. In these questions, they given the 80 number of fruits to jumble, to make the question jumble for you. Here they said 1/5 of the fruits are apples, 7 over 10 of the remaining. Then what is the remaining after 1/5? What is the remaining after 1/5? 4/5. So easy. 4/5 of fruits are bananas. What is the fraction of bananas? They are out of the total. Out of the total they asked to find. But they given 7 over 10 out of the remaining. Out of the remaining. Look at that term. Out of the remaining. Of the remaining. So 7 over 10 is of the remaining. They asked to find out of the total. So you have to do the conversion. 7 over 10 of the remaining after this 1/5. That means 4/5. How much? This cancel by 2, 5. I divided them by 2, 4 divided by 2, 2, 10 divided by 2, 5. Then 7 into 2 is 14 over 5 into 5 is 25. This is the answer. So easy. In these calculations, the keyword is what? Of the remaining. So you have to understand how to find the remaining and how to do the of calculation. That's all. If we consider another example, look at this eighth one. Look at this eighth one. Look at this eighth question. A factory produces 150 toys. One third of the toys are cars. Two-fifths of the remaining dolls. What fraction of doll is there out of the total toys? 150 toys. Here also you don't need to consider about that 150 because they didn't ask anything here about the values. Here you have to concern about the fractions. So why do we need to consider about this value? Then read the question again. A factory produces 150 toys. We don't need that statement. One third of the toys are cars. Two-fifths of the remaining toys are dolls. This remaining is coming after this one third. If one third of the toys are cars, what is the remaining? Two third. Two third. Now you can do the calculation. Two-fifths of the remaining two third. So easy. Here you can't do cross simplification. Don't get this jumble. Cannot cut 2 to 2. You cannot cut it in horizontal way. Most of students are doing that common mistake. Students are going to cut this 2 to 2 in horizontally because they are thinking cross simplification means it's okay to cut the values in horizontal way also. That is wrong. You cannot cut it in horizontal way. Cross simplification means cross or vertical. In crossway or vertical way, you can cut the values. Cut the values means you can divide the values by the same number. Here, you cannot cut this 2 to 2. So what you have to do, multiply the numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. 4 over 15. That's all. So easy. So let's see for my next video. Thank you so much.